What's up, guys? It's Josh Valenstorm, and welcome to a special feature, Calradia War. Now, this mod was just put on the workshop earlier today, and it looks really interesting. As far as it goes, the way it's been described is it's native, but it's greatly improved. Like, there's new armors, new mechanics, and things like that, but still keeps the same idea from the original. So I saw it, I said, hey, why not? Let's take a look. I did a little testing, and it's interesting. The armors look really cool for different groups, but let's start a new game. Alright, welcome adventurer. It has diplomacy mod on it, which for those of you who don't know, diplomacy was a mod came out a couple of years back, in which it improves a lot of the diplomatic relations you have between the groups. And it's a really cool mod. I haven't personally played much with it, but I've done a little bit. But it seems it's a good mod, and it helps out. It makes the game a lot more fluid. But let's continue. I will be male. I will be a veteran warrior. I'll go with my usual startup, just because I really like that startup. It doesn't give you a lot of intelligence, but it gives you a lot of strength, which is good. I always go realistic, just because it's just how I play it. All right, so let's suppose I'm going to go bump up my agility a little more. Let's go bump up my iron flesh here. My weapon master for sure will be a good thing to bump up. And so let's go bump up these. And I'll probably use probably go sword, shield, spear, throwing weapons. I think is what I'm going to go with this one. Let's make a character, and I'm just going to be easy with Josh Valenstorm right now, because this is just a special feature. So let's hit done. I'm just going to go with the standard face. Going to change the hair around a little bit. Change the skin around. Give him a little bit of a beard. I like that beard, so we'll go with that. And I'm going to go to... I did a little bit with the Swadia and the Nords. So we're actually going to go to... we're just something I don't usually go. Let's go to Sargoth. And again, we have the typical start off here in which somebody's going to try and kill me. I assume it's going to be that guy right there. Ow, he actually hurt quite a bit there. I think, okay, obviously you still have most of the same controls. Now this armor didn't change, but you see, like, the leather armor looks slightly different. Just slightly more texturized, which is a good thing. Go and talk to the Merchant of Sargoth here. Again, it's just the starting open. You collect 5 men, the tutorial. But one thing you can see already is they're different colors for the kingdoms. Obviously, in base game, the Nord blue is a lot lighter of a blue, and I actually really like the dark blue a lot. You hear it Praven. It's not the same orange it was before. It's kind of an off orangish, which isn't good. The green's a little darker, which is a good thing. You have I already like the colors. They're not as obnoxious as they were before, and that already is something I like. So let's go into Sargoth here. We can go ahead and look at the marketplace. You see what I mean by some different weapons and such. Like, that's a new type of shield, a Highlander shield, a billhook. That's not in base games. They have some different arms here. Already we can see that. I'm going to go ahead and sell the hunting crossbow because it's not going to be that useful for me. I have a rusty sword per usual, but it is how the game goes, as we all well know. I'm going to get rid of the horse. We all know I'm terrible on a horse, so I'm just going to get rid of it. Let's go to the armors now. You see, the armors are already different. You have like the Highlander jacket, which looks pretty cool actually. I do like that. But you have different armors to show it off, which is a very interesting. Like, you have the ornate full plate, which gives it a bit more of a Venetian look to it. Now the coat of plates is still basically the same, as are a lot of the helmets, but they add like Morions from Fire and Sword, which is interesting, and just interesting kind of new coats and such, which I actually think that looks really cool. I think that's really neat to see, and I just think that like, you have a new helmet, which is pretty cool. No, I think it's very cool so far. So let's just go ahead and get out there. The horses are still the same, as are the goods are, obviously still the same. And I just have smoked fish. I don't really need to get anything else, so I'm not going to. Go to the tavern. Oh, Ymira, you come with me. You're kind of useless, but you're coming with me. But like the Mercenary Horseman, they have different armor here. It's a lot more... I think that armor looks better than how it was before. It makes it seem more like a organized merc band than just kind of a come as you please for it, as it was originally. We have a ransom broker there who's utterly useless to us. But let's go and exit. Let's look at the garrison here. See, they have Nord War Clerics. They have your typical like recruits axemen, which is a new one, which is kind of neat. I had some Sea Raiders who I don't want to deal with, but even the Sea Raiders the typical Sea Raiders, you have Woad Raiders. That's a new enemy there. I was looking up the mod. They did end up all of the bandits also have more specific specialized armors as well, which is kind of cool. I'm gonna go recruit some 4 Nord recruits here. Let's go to Vejajag. I really like the blue color. I think the blue color is a really, really good one. But here are some looters. Let's see if the looters have any new armors. Okay, he doesn't look like he has any new armor, but we'll still charge the enemy. Now, obviously, like the start-off troops are still about the same, so they're not going to be that different. But I did see that they do have entirely new troops, entirely new armors, and they tried to give each armor a more interesting touch to it, in which it's like if you go to like Swadia, it's going to be a lot more of like, you know, your original French Germanic type armors. The Nordic armor is going to look a lot more like Viking armor and things like that. These are just things that I read about it. I haven't personally experienced it yet, but this is just what I've heard. And I think that's really cool, because that's one, as much as I love the original game, that's something that was kind of lacking, I felt, is that they weren't particularly culturally different. Now, obviously, the equipment you have in each one is different, but culturally, they weren't really all that different. Alright, let's have a lot of people here. Let's just start stabbing them. There we go, I just sliced one. Stab one there. Ooh, one hit me, that's not good. Oh, I had his Nord recruit get killed, that's upsetting. Yeah. I thought I was going to be faster than him on that one, but I wasn't. Again, I am level 1, so... Got that guy even though I thought I missed him. And there we go. I think they're all dead. Oh, there's one who's running away who... I will not get there in time, and I accidentally bumped tab there. Which is, you know, a little upsetting that I'm not going to catch him, but it is what it is. I can't do too much about that. But that's the sword. I think the rusty sword still looks about the same as it always has before. As does the shield. But again, I'm at level 1 things right now. So obviously it's not going to be nearly as good as the higher levels that I'll have shortly thereafter. This guy is too far away. I will not catch up to him. There's no chance of that. So it doesn't look like the actual like gameplay mechanics, quote unquote, are any different. Like again, it uses diplomacy as a base, and diplomacy is a really good mod. But here we have a brand new system. You can actually update the management of your NPC's equipment. So she's going to I'm gonna have her get just upgrade everything. I'm gonna one-hand sword and shield, two-hand, and then actually I might make her a crossbow person, just because crossbows are good to have. So you're gonna want bolts. You're going to upgrade armor and upgrade horse. That'll apply to everyone, and I'll apply that to everyone. So I'm gonna let their let's go and access the items on the ground. We have some nomad boots that are slightly better than mine, so I'm gonna go ahead and take those. Go ahead and put those back. The falchion's not gonna be any better than what I have, so I'm gonna let my heroes select gear from the items on the ground. Yes, perform the upgrading. Access the items on the ground. And now I can just take everything to go sell it. Now that's one thing like you notice in, say, Clash of Kings, in which I believe that my heroes select the gear. Oh no, I don't want to. Okay, so that's done. Okay. And now we can look at Ymira. Ymira here has upgraded her equipment. So, yay! I get to go upgrade these 2 recruits into footmen. Okay, that's not different, but they have different style armors, which is kind of different style weapons, which I think is kind of cool. And I believe, now don't quote me on this, but I believe they're actually, the Nords might have scouts now. Now, I don't know for sure. I don't think they will. But obviously, like, the Axemen are new, and the Warrior Priests are new, which are all, I think, going to be really, really cool. Let's actually head over to Kara. Just because it's the closest in Ravedan, or the closest kingdom, the closest spot in the Kingdom of Vaegirs, I can words. And we can see some of their different equipments as well. I probably shouldn't be zoom traveling. Let's see. They have master trackers now, which is probably a higher level of archer potentially. But even they have new armors here. You have, and the armors that they had already get a new upgrade to them. You have like the Chapeau de Feu. And I'm pretty sure I just pronounced that horribly, but that's neither here nor there. You see they have new armors and such there. I'm going to look at their weapons too, because I think that's going to be interesting to look at. Now they still obviously have certain things from other kingdoms, but some of their better armors I feel that are actually more their style. Like that Corazon, I figure is going to be very similar to what they would wear in the Vaegirs. So let's look at the arms. So you have glaives. Again, the Highlander shield. The mod creator said there are 100 new pieces of equipment that got added, and more are going to be added later. So this mod is still in development. Like I said, I just saw it on the workshop today. There's a ransom broker. The caravan guard has the same armor that they had before. But so we saw some of the more interesting Vaegir looks. Let's head to Nara now. So I'm gonna cut away while I get there, and we will I'll be back when we get to Nara. And here we are at Nara. So let's see. Doesn't look like the Carajits have any new people, but that looks like they do. They have Tarkans and Mangudai. I'm pretty sure I mispronounced that, but I'm gonna call it Mangudai. Let's go here. Go to the marketplace. Check some of these things out. Okay, so their arms are basically the same. Let's look at their armors though. You see, there's like the new thick mail of padding, which looks interesting. I think that's going to be a very, to me that looks very Vaegir / Nordic-esque. We have like the Bassadet helm, which is probably from Swadia. Chain helms, which is I assume would be from the Sarranids. But so those are new there. There's some cool looking ones there. Visit the tavern, see if we find anybody there. You can see the mercenary swordsmen actually have different armors than they had before, and looks like they redesigned the Byrene, which I liked because I like the way the Byrene looks, but I really like the new look of this. Deshavi, you're free, so you go ahead and come with me. Let's go to the castle, see if we can see any of the troops there. Because I'm just curious to see what the guards might look like. Okay, so this is Calradia horsemen still, so they don't look any different. You don't look any different either. So it looks like they don't look any different, but as you can tell, they added at least two new troops for that, which I thought was very cool. Let's go ahead and head over to Shariz now. Oh, let's actually run through Tolga first because that's their capital. I'm gonna go to the capitals because I think that's where they might have the most unique equipment. Let's go ahead and travel fast over here. Let's go to the marketplace. The arms, okay, so the arms here again don't look any different. The long war axe looks the same. I like the battered Highlander shield. I like the way that looks. They added like a buckler now, which looks differently, which is kind of neat. And that looks like that's from Fantasy Calradia, that style of an armament. Horses look the same. The armors, yeah, they have like Highlander. The Lord May Halberd looks different. They have the thick heavy mail and plate, which is straight from Flores. You have the pig face bassinet that is open, which it looks kind of strange. So yeah, you see like the combed morion, which is from Fire and Sword, the bassinet, which is also, I believe, from Fire and Sword or Clash of Kings, which I think is an extension of a Floris. So again, those are all new looking too. Let's go ahead and head over here to Shariz. So I'm going to cut away for a moment as we head over to Shariz. Alright, here we are at Shariz. Let's go walk on in. Oh, there's a tournament. Lovely, we can do a tournament while we're here. Let's go to the marketplace first. See, that's a new sword, the Flamberge, which looks pretty cool. I like the way that looks. I think that looks really cool. Oh, that's a big old greatsword. Oh, it's actually a polearm. Interesting. But so that's one of the new pieces of equipment that got added. Check the armors. The boots. A lot of Highlander stuff, which I think the Highlander looks pretty cool. They have the splinted leather gauntlets, which look different than they did before, which I think is a very interesting look. The helmets are still mostly the same, as are the gloves. But they have like the visored Celette now as well. Let's go to the horses. I don't believe, yeah, the horses don't look any different. I didn't think they would. Let's go to the tavern. Good, we have the Mercenary Horseman who have their new style armor on, which I really do like that texture. Like that texture on that armor, I think is really nice, and that looks pretty close to something from like Clash of Kings or Floris or something like that. So let's go join the tournament and see if the tournaments are any different than they were before. Okay, it doesn't look like they're any different at this point, at least. I do think that the textures are a little different. I do think. Now I could be wrong on that, but the textures look slightly different. Oh, that was a nice jumping slice down. Sorry, Deshavi. And again, we still have the issue of this one person who is now unconscious. And this guy, who I've hit 3 times, but apparently I didn't kill him. Killed him that time! Let's see if my let's see how well my throwing is going to work for me now. Now, I'm not bad with throwing weapons in multiplayer, but the single player ones I feel are a little they're not nearly as good. I'm gonna start riding around a little bit more. See how I can hit some people with these. I intend to be good with throwing weapons at some point, but I'm gonna get off the horse. That'll probably make it easier. Let's see, I'm not gonna waste my shot there because there was nobody I saw. That looks like I actually need to pull out. Put it into spear mode as I get run over by a horse. That's upsetting. I have a practice sword now, so that'll be good. Oh, hey, I knocked that guy out. Interesting. Didn't realize there was a guy there. Alright, let's see if we can, is there anybody good we can actually hit right now? I wish these did a little more damage than they do, but beggars really can't be choosers in this one. I keep hitting him, but it's not killing him. See if I can just aim one above and see if I can hit somebody in the head randomly. So that'd be pretty cool if I could do that. Hitting the horse and not hitting them. Oh! That was a nice throw. From across the map, I'll take it. And it's a level up, so I'm level 2 now, which is also a good thing. Alright. I'm gonna go and pull out the sword. Knocked out his horse, didn't kill him, but at least did some damage to his horse. I do think the coloring is a little more set from the Floris mod because the textures look different than they do in native. And so I'm thinking that could be it. It also looks like there's a bit more of a... Like, the sky is actually dark and cloudy as if there's a storm, which you don't actually see. At least I could be wrong, but I've never seen in native. So I think that's something new they added. Jump and stab. I'm gonna call that the Achilles. For those of you who have seen Troy, one of my favorite scenes is actually one of the first ones when Achilles first fights the monster of the large man monster of the opposing enemy. As he the person's like, oh no, he's the biggest man I've ever met. You will not be able to beat him, I promise you. He's too strong. And Achilles just jumps up and just stabs down. Let's see if I can do it just like that. And that's one of my favorite scenes. Because it's just Achilles giving absolutely zero shits. And just whoops. She got in the way of my throw. There was nothing I could do on that one. Let's see if I can hit this guy. Obviously the practice javelins don't fly that well. I keep hitting the horse. right in the back of the neck. Put another bet on myself. I only have 50 dinars on this one, but that's okay. Oh dear. Well, this is going to be interesting. I'm gonna go ahead and freelance though, because I'm not particularly fond of the couched lance damage. I don't think it's all that good. Or I guess let me restate that. It's very good. It's just very hard to control, in my opinion. I mean, I could do it, but I probably won't. I suppose I'm doing it right now, but I prefer just using it as a larger spear. So I never actually use lances because they're great for couch lance damage, but a mounted spear is so much better. And I knocked that guy out, so I'm gonna go take the practice sword, dismount, and then kill this person. I wish I had a throwing weapon because I, would throw it at her. Him, her, I'm not sure. Might be a him. So we'll see. It's a him. See if he comes my way again. Jump and slice down. There we go. Nice job, Hired Blade. Okay, looks like I have these again. Which is fine. Fine by me. I do enjoy throwing weapons. I just wish that I, had a sword with me as well. This is where it might get a little complicated. It depends. If they gang up on me, I'm in trouble. But if they don't, I might win. I should win because I'm good at this game. But in the off chance I don't win. Alright, see if I can get up closer to them. So I'm a little far away to really, in my opinion, effectively throw. Again, just did damage to the horse. Go ahead and I'm going to kill the guy with the lance first because I really think he is the larger threat, the larger quote-unquote threat. And this guy's all turned around, can't get his horse turned around in time as I throw a javelin in his heart. Now let's place a bet on myself again. 10 dinars. Go ahead. Let's fight in the next round. Good. I have a sword and shield. My bread and butter. Oh, the jerk. The jerk blocked me. Didn't block the other 3 times, though. Alright, so let's go place a bet on myself. Looks like I have no more money, but it's the 6th round, so I'm going to have to get a lot of money. I headshotted the horse. And then apparently he had 0 health left. Interesting. Well, I'll take it. So I just got a lot of money, which is a good thing. I can actually, get some weapons now. Problem is, I don't really care for any of the weapons they have here, so I'm gonna save that money. But let's actually head towards Yalen now to check out their different weapons. So I will cut away and I will be right back. And here we are back again. Here at Yalen. Now let's see, they have mountain clansmen here that are actually part of there. They have the mountain highlanders, Arbalesters, so that's a higher rank of their crossbowmen, I assume. So let's walk in. Oh, another tournament, huh? Let's go to the marketplace first, though. Ours are just, they have the Masterwork Arbalest. Yeah, it looks like it's just a higher ranked crossbow that does more damage, but also requires more strength. So that's kind of cool. Let's look at their armor. Okay, their armor looks mostly the same as some of the other ones. I'm sure now, Grant. I'm sure I haven't seen all the different armors that they have in this, because like I said there are over 100. But that's some of their stuff there. And now let's head to the back to the let's go to the tavern. See if any mercenaries here, just so I can check their stuff out. A wandering skald and a traveler. No mercenaries here. Up just more mercenary horsemen again in the different hauberk, which I really do. I like the way it looks. I think it looks really good. Let's go to the castle. Check things out here. Okay, looks like their spearmen still have basically the same armors, which is fine. And I won't do the tournament because I just did a tournament. Instead, we're actually going to head to Praven to go check out some of the Swati and stuff. And again, I will cut away and I will be right back. Alright, and here we are at Praven. We can already look. They have, doesn't look like they have any any new troops here in Praven. But let's walk on in. Go to the marketplace again. Check the arms merchant. Again, a tempered long arming sword. And a claymore, which is new. A poleaxe, which is new. Heavy bastard sword still looks about the same. So a lot of those still were similar, but we're still new. Like you have the new Serenade mail with Lamella, which I think looks really nice. The scale armor looks about the same as it always did, just a little darker, I think. The heavy mail and plate, I really like the way it looks, and that's straight from Fantasy Calradia. And that was one of my favorite armors in Fantasy Calradia. I just think it looks really cool. So let's go ahead and visit the tavern. See, we have some hired blades here with they have the great helms, and they have likewise the new mail hauberks, which I really do like. Their shields look about the same as do their swords. I'm not going to bother hiring them because that's money. But there's Nazar, who I might as well add him in here, and I might as well add Rolf as well. Rolf can certainly become one of my Lord's guards. Let's see, is this a farmer who I'll talk to, because I'm going to have to save his village. Save the village of Vidar from marauding bandits. I'll do that later, or I won't. We'll see. Alright, so that's Praven there. And now, ultimately, let's actually head back to Sargoth so we can finish up the tutorial. But I will actually end up, I'll do that off camera. I'm actually going to be ending this video here. Please tell me in the comments if you want to see this as a full series. It looks really cool, and it's a mod that is constantly being updated. Like the person who created the mod actually just I think he did something today to adjust, and he already had several pages of mod adjustments that he's been working on. But I thank you very much for joining me on this special feature. In the next episode, I'm actually going to do some off camera to actually get a full troop so you can see all of them. And we'll do a couple battles to see how much different like the sieges and stuff are. But I thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Have a good day, guys.